Hello student. In today's class we'll continue from our previous topic, that is heart rate, where today we are going to discuss the regulation of heart rate. Okay, so here in our previous class we discuss what is heart rate, what are the variations in the heart rate, nerves applied to the heart, functions of sympathetic nerves, functions of parasympathetic nerves, what is vagal tone, what is sympathetic tone. Also we studied in our previous class what are the vasomotor centers and types of vasomotor centers, that is a different area, their location and their function. Today we'll continue with the regulation of the heart rate. So how the heart rate is regulated? Okay, you know the normal heart rate is about 72 beats per minute. That is, it remain about 70 to 80 beats per minute. Okay, so how it is regulated? Okay, so mechanisms are there, mechanisms of regulations of heart rate. Okay, now see, heart rate is regulated according to the need of the metabolic need of the body. Okay, and here again I will repeat, the heart rate is regulated according to the metabolic need of the body for nutrients. Okay, so any, we can say that the metabolic rate is a primary determinant of heart rate, because any change in metabolism, and for metabolism the oxygen nutrients it is required, and according to the need of the body heart rate is adjusted. How it is adjusted we'll discuss, but even if you start a small activity, there is slightly increase in heart rate. So moment to moment there is change in heart rate. If you go if you change your posture from lying down to the standing position, sitting position, then also there is slightly increase in heart rate. If you start the exercise or any activity according to the severity of the exercise or activity, heart rate it increases. Okay, so here it is required to maintain the blood supply and the blood pressure of the body. So how the heart rate is regulated? In your question, long question, it can be asked, describe the regulation of the heart rate. Okay, so this regulation mechanism, various mechanisms are there, and mainly here it is divided into three groups: the local control of heart rate, chemical control of the heart rate, and the nervous control of the heart rate. Here we have to discuss the nervous regulation of the heart rate in detail, but before to that, you should know something about local control and chemical control. Okay, so local control, uh, first the temperature. Any increase in body temperature it leads into the increase in heart rate, and it is due to the effect of this local temperature on SA node, and also its effect on vasomotor centers, which causes the cardio acceleratory. It's also stimulate the cardio acceleratory centers, and which is the cardio acceleratory center? So vasoconstrictor area. So increased temperature, the gets SA node gets stimulated, and also the vasoconstrictor area also gets stimulated. That leads into the increase in heart rate. Okay, then effect of the ions. Sodium ions, sorry, the potassium ions, it decreases. Increase in permeability for the potassium ions, there is decrease in heart rate. Moderate increase of calcium ions, there is increase in heart rate. Excess of calcium ions, it leads into the tetanic contraction, and if it is excess it can cause the calcium rigor. What is a calcium rigor? It heart activities, or the contraction and relaxation of the heart, it leads into the contracture state of the heart, and that is called the calcium rigor. So if the calcium it is excess, then its heart stops in systole, and that contracture of the heart in systole it is called the calcium rigor. Okay, now see, chemical control. Okay, so chemical changes in the body, or for example acetylcholine is a neurotransmitter, and it is released by the parasympathetic nerves. Also, if the acetylcholine or the cholinergic drugs injected in the body, they also inhibit the heart. Okay, so acetylcholine decrease the heart rate, and it causes the hyperpolarization. Acetylcholine increases the permeability for the potassium ions. Okay, now what is the effect of adrenaline? Adrenaline is, it has the opposite effect to the acetylcholine. So adrenaline or the adrenaline like drugs, in if injected, it increases the activity of the heart. That means there is increase in heart rate. And how it increases, it also by increasing the uh, permeability to the sodium ions and calcium ions. Okay, then thyroxine increases heart rate. You know, the thyroxine hormone, it increases metabolism, and any increase in metabolism, it leads into the increase in heart rate. Okay, then here, coming to the third point, and that we have to discuss in detail. So main answer in regulation of the heart rate, it will be on nervous control. Okay, and this nervous control is regulation of the heart rate through the various reflexes. Various reflexes are there, we'll go there. Here, under normal resting condition, heart rate is altered by the vagal tone only. Okay, only in extreme condition there is a role of sympathetic stimulation. Keep in mind, so when you are at the resting stage, your heart rate, depending, heart rate, it changes depending on the need of the body. And at the resting stage, it is regulated by the vagal tone. So here, increase in vagal tone, decrease in heart rate, and decrease in vagal tone, increase in heart rate, because vagal tone means it is inhibitory influence of vagus to the heart. And if the vagal tone is decreased, then suppose आपके बॉडी को हार्ट रेट थोड़ा बढ़ाना है, हाँ 80 से 90 लेना है, तो क्या होगा इसमें, क्या होगा, थोड़ा वेगल इन्फ्लुएंस कम हो जाता है, वेगल टोन कम हो जाता है, एंड इट लीड्स इनटू द increase in heart rate. Opposite will happen if the body has to decrease the heart rate. So at the resting stage, vagal tone is sufficient to regulate the heart rate. But in extreme condition, okay, for example, in emergency, like you have to fight or you have to flight. Okay, you can see in the animals that they have, what is the emergency for animals, they have to fight or they have to flight. And this time only the sympathetic stimulation, it plays the role in regulation of the heart rate only during the extreme condition. Otherwise there is no role of sympathetic nerves in the regulation of the heart rate. For example, during exercise, if the strenuous exercise, if the activity is increased, severe exercise, that time also there is a massive stimulation of sympathetic nerves. Okay, and it stimulates the heart. But resting condition may only vagus tone is sufficient, or vagal nerve is sufficient to regulate the heart rate. Okay, now coming to the nervous regulation of the heart rate, and there is a role of the various reflexes. And what are these reflexes? Baroreceptor reflex, chemoreceptor reflex, Benbridge reflex, and Benjot-Jaris reflex. Okay, so as per their number, सबसे important reflex है baroreceptor reflex for regulation. उसके बाद नंबर आता है chemoreceptor reflex. Okay, and then Benbridge reflex. Okay, it is for the regulation of heart rate. Okay, Benjot-Jaris reflex is not a normal reflex. It plays its role only when there is a pathological condition in the body. Okay, now take one by one. Here, first see the baroreceptor reflex, and in this diagram you can see that baroreceptor reflex here. uh, Here, uh, in this condition, here the see the labeling of this diagram, there is the location of the baroreceptors. And baroreceptors, these are mainly located in sinus, carotid sinus and aortic arch. Okay, carotid sinus and aortic arch, location of the baroreceptors. Okay, and here these baroreceptors, particularly the baroreceptors of carotid sinus are supplied by the glossopharyngeal nerve and the hearing nerves, while the baroreceptors of aortic arch are supplied by the vagus nerve. So try to understand that these are the location of the baroreceptors and their nerve supply. So here baroreceptors, here it is baroreceptor of aortic arch supplied by the vagus nerve, and baroreceptors of carotid arch, these are supplied by the glossopharyngeal nerve, and the branch of this nerve is Hering's nerve. Okay. Now see uh, the role of baroreceptors. So it controls the heart rate and blood pressure by negative feedback mechanism. You know the negative feedback mechanism. Any increase in blood pressure, heart rate itself, it decreases heart rate and blood pressure. That is a negative. So that's why we can say that it is cardio inhibitory reflex. Okay, means increase heart rate or blood pressure, particularly blood pressure, it decreases heart rate. That's why it is called the cardio inhibitor. Baroreceptors are stress receptors. Okay, because it gives the response to the change in blood pressure. And these are also called the pressure receptors or mechanoreceptors. And I told that they are present in carotid sinus and aortic arch, and it give the response to the change in blood pressure because they are mechanoreceptors, and they are supplied by the glossopharyngeal nerve and the vagus nerve. Okay, then the nerve fibers from baroreceptor reach to the sensory area in the medulla, because three centers we discussed just in our previous lecture, and there the sensory area, it receives the signals from the baroreceptors. Okay, now see the mechanism how it works. Very simple. uh, we are talking about the regulation of the heart rate and how what is the role of the baroreceptor, because simultaneously we use the word because same reflex we have to discuss in the regulation of blood pressure also. Okay, same mechanism, and same mechanism is here also for the regulation of heart rate. So how the baroreceptor works? Okay, so for example, any increase in blood pressure in the body stimulate the baroreceptors. Baroreceptors send the signals through the glossopharyngeal nerve and the vagus nerve to the sensory area of the medulla. Sensory area means the vasomotor area in the medulla. Then stimulation of the sensory area. What it causes? It causes the inhibition of the vasoconstrictor area and stimulation of the vasodilator area. Okay, so any stimulation of the sensory area, in turn it causes the inhibition of the vasoconstrictor area and स्टिमुलेशन ऑफ द vasodilator एरिया. देखो अभी इसका vasoconstrictor एरिया का अगर इनिबिशन हो गया तो व्हाट विल हैपन, देयर इज डिक्रीज इन सिंपैथेटिक टोन. और स्टिमुलेशन ऑफ द vasodilator का हुआ तो एनी स्टिमुलेशन ऑफ द vasodilator एरिया इन टर्न again it inhibits the vasoconstrictor area, and finally there is a inhibition of the vasoconstrictor area and which leads into the response क्या है, vasodilator area stimulate the vagal center and it increase the vagal tone. So दो branch आएंगे. So there are the two different ways for the regulation of the heart rate. First, the inhibition of the vasoconstrictor area. The inhibition of the vasoconstrictor area, there is decrease in sympathetic tone, there is a vasodilatation, decrease in peripheral resistance, decrease in blood pressure. And second thing, the same stimulation of the vasoconstrictor area, in turn it stimulates the vasodilator area, and this vasodilator area also send the signals to the vagal center. What is the vagal center? You know, vagal center is nucleus ambiguous. Okay, and here this vasodilator area inhibit the vagal center, and inhibition of the vagal stimulate the vagal center, and stimulation of the vagal center, it increases the vagal tone, and there is decrease in heart rate. So we have started from the increase in blood pressure, and it leads into the decrease in heart rate, and decrease in blood pressure. So we can say that baroreceptor reflex, it reflexly regulate the heart rate. Any increase in blood pressure decreases heart rate. Okay, so here at the same time you try to understand what is a Mary's law. At the resting stage, Mary's law क्या है? At the resting stage, heart rate is inversely proportional to the blood pressure. ओके, सो हियर हार्ट रेट इंक्रीज हो गया तो ब्लड प्रेशर कम होता है, ब्लड प्रेशर थोड़ा कम हो गया तो हार्ट रेट इंक्रीज, इट इज एट द resting stage, that is a Maris law. But when you start the activities, for example exercise, then both will increase simultaneously. Okay, so this is called the Maris law, okay, or Maris reflex. Okay, now coming to the next reflex, that is a chemoreceptor area or the chemoreceptor reflex. Here chemoreceptors are located along with the baroreceptors only, but these are located in bodies. Okay, so chemoreceptors are located in carotid body and aortic body. Okay, so button like portion is there in carotid, carotid sinus is there and aortic arch is there. There only some protruded portion, button like portion is there, and there the chemoreceptors are located. Okay, so here these chemoreceptors are innervated by herrings, that is a glossopharyngeal nerve and the vagus nerve respectively. Okay, these are sensitive, these chemoreceptors are sensitive to the change in oxygen level, carbon dioxide level and H ion concentration. Okay, so it is sensitive to this thing. See the mechanism how it works. For example, you just imagine blood pressure in the body is decreased. Okay, we'll take one example mechanism. Decreased blood pressure, it leads into the hypoxia. Okay, means decrease in oxygen level. Then hypercapnia, that is increase the carbon dioxide level and increase H ion concentration, okay, in the blood. Okay, so if decrease blood pressure, decrease blood pressure जब decrease होता है तो क्या होता है, blood supply is to the particularly to the chemoreceptor, it decreases and it develops the condition like hypoxia, hypoxic condition it develops, that is oxygen कम होता है, at the same time there is increase in carbon dioxide and at the same time there is increase in H ion concentration. ये तीनों मिलके क्या करते हैं, it stimulate the chemoreceptor and the stimulation of the chemoreceptor in turn inhibit the sensory area. Okay, so हमने baroreceptor का देखा था, baroreceptor stimulate the sensory area, chemoreceptor inhibit the sensory area, and inhibition of the sensory area, in case there is a inhibition of the sensory area, it leads into the two effect. The first effect, the inhibition of sensory area, it leads into the stimulation of the vasoconstrictor area, there is increase in sympathetic tone and there is increase in blood pressure. So decrease blood pressure, increase blood pressure. And the second effect, it is through the vagus nerve. So this inhibition of the sensory area, it leads into the inhibition of the vagal center, and there is decrease in vagal tone and there is increase in heart rate. So in this way, decrease blood pressure, increase heart rate. Okay, so here we can say that any decrease in oxygen level, increase in carbon dioxide level and increase in H ion concentration, it leads into the increase in heart rate through the chemoreceptor reflex. So in this way the chemoreceptor reflex, it works. Okay, now we'll continue Benbury's reflex. So Benbury's reflex is special reflex for the regulation of the heart rate, and it is also called the right atrial reflex because right atria is involved in Benbury's reflex. So what is this reflex? We'll go there. It is cardio-axillary reflex. Okay, this reflex if get stimulated, it increases heart rate. Okay, now how it works? It is very simple. You know, heart rate increases when atrial pressure is increased due to the venous return. Okay, जब venous return increase होता है तब heart rate को increase होना है, because whatever the blood is collected in the heart, by increasing the venous return, it should be pumped to the circulation by increasing heart rate. Okay, and this reflex is called the Benbury's reflex. Okay, how it works? See the mechanism. Very simple. You imagine that venous return is increased. For example, during exercise, venous return it increase. Whatever the cause, here if the venous return is increased, what will happen? there is more accumulation of the blood in right atrium, and there is increase in right atrial pressure. Okay, so once the right atrial pressure increase, then what is its effect? So here major two effects it occurs. First, the stimulation of afferent fibers arising from the wall of right atria. So remember, keep in mind, there are the fibers from the wall of right atria, that is the afferent vagus, get stimulated, and the stimulation, that is a stretching of wall of right atrium, stimulate the afferent vagus nerve from the right atrium, and this in turn it stimulates the vasoconstrictor area, and this in turn increase the sympathetic tone, and if the sympathetic tone is increased, then there is increase in force of contraction. That means heart gets stimulated. Increase sympathetic tone, increase in heart rate, increase in force of contraction. This is one way. By second way, same uh, same stimulation of the vagus nerve, it inhibits the vagal tone. Okay, so this afferent vagus nerve, it inhibit the vagal tone. That means there is a decrease in vagal tone and there is increase in heart rate. Okay, so in this way, increase heart rate, increase venous tone, sorry, increase venous return, there is increase in heart rate. Increase venous return, here also heart rate is increased. So these two mechanism, increase heart rate, in case there is increase in venous return. Okay, now the in addition to that, 15% heart rate it increases due to the direct stimulation to the pacemaker, that is a SA node. Now increased venous return, there is more accumulation of the blood, and if there is more accumulation of blood, means there is a direct stretching of this accumulated blood to the SA node, and direct stretching of the SA node, it leads into the increase in heart rate, and about 15% heart rate is increased by direct stretching due to the more accumulation of the blood in increased venous return. And in this way is a contribution of 15% increase due to the stretching to the SA node. So this reflex is called the Benbridge reflex, and Benbridge reflex, it increases heart rate, and this is particularly in increased venous return. Okay, okay students, now we'll continue. And the last reflex, students, here it is a Benzer-Jaris reflex, fourth reflex. It is not a normal reflex, but it comes into the picture when there is some pathology in the heart. That's why it is also called the pathological reflex. So name of the reflex is Benzer-Jaris reflex. Okay, how it works? Okay, now try to understand. Stimulation of chemoreceptor in the wall of left ventricle when there is accumulation of the blood decrease heart rate and cause the hypotension. Okay, now keep in mind that if you see the left ventricle, in left ventricle there are few chemoreceptors are there, and this chemoreceptor gets stimulated when there is a accumulation of the blood. So it is not a normal condition. If there is a dilatation of the ventricle due to the pathological cause, so this accumulation of the blood in the wall of the left ventricle, and it stimulates the chemoreceptor, and this in turn decrease the heart rate and causes the hypotension. Okay, this condition it occurs, for example, it occurs in myocardial infarction, then administration of thrombolytic agents, then hemorrhage, that is a loss of blood, and also in the aortic stenosis. Aortic stenosis, there is a resistance to the blood flow from left ventricle to the aorta, and if there is a uh, resistance to the blood flow, means blood is accumulated in left ventricle and it stimulate this reflex. Okay, so in this way the Benzer-Jaris reflex, it works in pathological condition. So students, up to this point we discuss the regulation of heart rate, and here uh, particularly the nervous regulation is very important while writing the regulation of while writing the answer of regulation of the heart rate. And mainly you describe baroreceptor reflex in detail, chemoreceptor reflex, Benbridge reflex, and Benzer-Jaris reflex. Okay, so this is all about the regulation of heart rate. Okay, bye.